Morning everyone. I should probably explain what's going on. Basically, this week my mum and dad, who I'm staying with at the moment before I move to Manchester, they've gone on holiday and they left George, their 9-year-old toy poodle, with me. Now I'm more than happy to look after him. He's a wonderful little dog, and I think I've introduced you to him in a previous video, maybe the Peak Design review or something. This is George. I'll be reviewing George next time. But George comes with a couple of different problems. I haven't been able to go out shooting on sort of all-day adventures because he just gets too tired. His tiny little legs can't really cope. And I can't go on all-day adventures without him because he's got a tiny little bladder, which has meant that I've been a bit more restricted to where I can shoot this week than I usually am. Also, I haven't been able to exercise really in the way that I've wanted to exercise, because typically, especially over the course of this summer, living by the sea, I've tried to start every day with a bit of a power walk, which basically consists of an hour, maybe an hour and a half of really fast walking just along the sea. Great way to start the day, great exercise. I haven't been able to do that this week because, as I say, George has got tiny little legs. So I knew I was going to have to take him on morning walks, but it just felt like a bit of a waste of time if it was going to be at a bit of a slow pace and sort of not really achieving much. And I thought, if I'm going to lose out on my exercise, I need to make use of that time in another sort of constructive way. And what I decided on is that it's been ages since I just went out with a camera with no concept in mind, nothing to shoot, not for a job, nothing specific. So I thought this week was a really good opportunity to just do that. And on my walks with George, I've been trying to get up at the crack of dawn and take my little Panasonic G80 down here, which is currently doing a time lapse of it was a nice sunrise. It's sort of gone behind the cloud now, but so yeah, that's doing a time lapse of that. So I've taken that with its 12 to 60 kit lens out with me all week, and yeah, as I say, I've been aiming to get up at the crack of dawn and just see what I see. I mean, as I'm about to show you, I'm not really a morning person, and that has been a bit of a struggle. So here was day one. Day one, and well, I've missed sunrise by 2 hours and 28 minutes. Not great. I mean, I was up editing last night, but I'm not really setting a good example for my future self. Never mind, day one, ease myself into it, go and see what photos we can get with the sun. Actually quite high in the sky now. Right, where's George? Walk? Yes. Alright, let me put my shoes on then. Yeah, so that was day one. Bit of an embarrassing start to a video called 7 Days of Dawn, to be honest, missing sunrise by well over 2 hours. But I was determined on day two to not let that happen. And it's happened again. It's 9:30-ish, which means it's 3.5 hours after sunrise today. In my defence, I did get up at sunrise, or just before sunrise, but the light was just blech. So I did some work instead, and we're going to go for a walk now. We're going to go back to Angel Beach. I was there a couple of weeks ago for another video, maybe the second review I did of this camera. Welcome to a place called Angel Beach. This right here isn't Angel Beach. Angel Beach is down there. We're going to go back and explore there, this time with George. George! He usually pops up when I do that, but he must know we're rolling. He's trying to do me over. Come on! What are you dragging for? What now? Correct. That was a seal in the water, like the tiny little spot in the sea. Just waiting for the call from National Geographic. any day now. I'll keep you updated. But yeah, the other thing I learned that day was that seal watching is a genuine hobby. People just sat lined up with the deck chairs watching seals, and they'd been there for hours, they said. They had like flasks and lunch and everything. So there really is something for everyone, I think, is what I've learned. Day 3, and well, I still missed dawn, but only by 20 minutes this time rather than 3 hours, so I'll take that. We're moving in the right direction. It feels good to be out this early. Well, that was the whole point of this week. I just haven't managed it properly yet, but feel fresh, feel alive, and well, I'm absolutely melting actually, because I forgot that it's still technically summer, and as you can see, I've put this massive puffer jacket and these fleece lined trousers on. Looked cold when I woke up this morning. It's not at all. I don't really have enough hands to do anything with my coat, so I'm just gonna have to melt for the next half an hour. Sit! Sit! I may or may not have forgotten to bring his ball to the beach, which I think is a bit of a cardinal sin. I do not look like a morning person, do I? Ugh. So far I've not done any editing of this video, but I'd say we're maybe looking at something like a 3 or a 4 out of 10 for interest, as far as I can tell from the content that we've got so far. Where's he going? George! Where are you going? I've still got important things to tell people about, like, I haven't. George! What's this? What is it? Yes, a rock. You've forgotten all about your ball now, haven't you? There is absolutely no way he's going to be able to carry that all the way home. Go on, George! Come on! Go on! We're 3% of the way home. Look at all these other rocks you could have picked. So much lighter. Come on then. It's absolutely mad. Come on then. Well done. He's really motoring now, still refusing to look at me. Or maybe he just can't turn his head, I don't know. Come on, George. Can't believe it. Oh! You pick it up again. He's trying to find somewhere to dig his hole now. Sorry, photography channel. It's a photography channel. Don't need to involve dogs carrying rocks. No, just photography. The next day I went up a hill. Day 5. We've come to the top of a hill, admittedly, again a couple of hours after sunrise. I did get up this morning, but again the light was rubbish, and it's still rubbish, hazy and just a bit boring. So I am starting to question whether or not this is a video at all. What do you think, George? Couldn't be less bothered if he tried. Oh my god, so cold, so cold. Ooh. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by the wind again, standard. I think I quite like this format. I mean, I've potentially butchered it a little bit this week. I don't think I've nailed it yet, but I think I'd like to turn it into maybe some sort of series. I could do it in different places, different times of year, preferably not summer when the sun rises at 5 AM. And without a dog, I think, going forward, perhaps, without a dog would be probably easier. Yeah. So maybe I'll reignite this little 7 Days of Dawn thing in Manchester, further into autumn when the sun rises later. Although, when do the clocks change? Spring forward, leap back. Leap back. Is that the good one? So the sun will rise. Okay, so I need to do it before the clocks change. So maybe like mid-October, I'll try and do it again in Manchester without a dog and see how I get on. So yeah, regardless of the fact that I missed 5 sunrises, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. I've got some nice snapshots, and it's taught me that I do feel good when I get up and out in the morning, and the earlier I'm out, the better I feel. Didn't get a whole lot when I was going out at 9:30. So yeah, something to take from that. Thank you very much for watching this. I'm 100% sure it hasn't been helpful in any way, so hopefully it's been reasonably entertaining. And until the next time, see ya.